Hey there, party people. This is your girl, TC Mason, of A Beautiful Weirdo, your health and happiness strategist. How are you guys doing this evening? So, this is my first episode that I'm kicking off talking about life, learning instruction from everyday experiences, and I'm excited to talk about it. Again, my name is TC Mason, your health and happiness strategist, and I wanted to take a moment to talk about Justin Timberlake. I know a lot of people watched the Super Bowl yesterday. I, for one, did not watch it. I didn't watch it because I'm not feeling the NFL at all. And how they were treating Kaepernick. So I didn't watch it. But anywho, even leading up to the Super Bowl, people were talking about Justin Timberlake because he was going to do the halftime show, and then people were upset. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Mom. You guys, I share this with people because I really want to have a dialogue about Justin Timberlake and his performance yesterday, what we can or can we learn anything from it. Hey, Roderick Bridges, what's up, Roddy Rod? So yeah, I want to talk about it. So I didn't get a chance to see Justin Timberlake perform, but I heard him perform because my family was having a Super Bowl party, and I was there, of course, with my family, but I was in the kitchen where the food was, crocheting and doing some other stuff. But I was there and I heard his performance. It sounded great. But all the hoopla around his performance leading up to it is what really, I just wanted to have a meeting on the couch and let's sit and talk about it. So Justin Timberlake, some years ago, does anybody know the exact year when he did the Super Bowl a long time ago, when him and Janet Jackson did the Super Bowl? I want to say it had to be at least 3 or 4 years ago, or maybe even more, but that he did the Super Bowl with Janet Jackson. And you guys know it was the exposure of the nip nip, bloop, bloop, bloop. Hey, Auntie. The exposure of the nip nip. And people were just... they were out of control. They were like, hey, they banned Janet Jackson from doing Super Bowl performances, and they felt like Justin Timberlake didn't stand up for her. They felt like, he got away with the pass. Oh, it was 7 years ago? Thanks, Auntie. I should have known the exact number. So it was 7 years ago. So, it's been 7 years. That happened. And I don't think Justin ever really like came forward and been like, hey, me and Janet, we planned this thing or what have you. He just like kind of let it slide under the rug. So now it's 2018, 7 years later, and Justin is going to do the Super Bowl. He did it yesterday. What did y'all think of it? Number one, did you think it was too soon for him to do the Super Bowl? Did you think that he did a good job? Or people were just like, I don't care, whatever. It's been 7 years. I saw things being posted on Instagram and on Facebook, like Janet Jackson Appreciation Day yesterday. So I want to know what the thoughts are before I give, my thoughts on it. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, George, about it. Because I think that there's something that we can learn from everything. So hence learning instruction from everyday experiences. I think it's something we can learn from this. So it happened 7 years ago. 7 years. Auntie says, I love JT. He's my boo. It happened 7 years. And then, we forgot to add the little twist that he added Prince to the mix. I heard that he had added Prince to the mix. Some people, now there are some diehard Prince fans. I am one of them. I wouldn't say I'm a diehard, but I did get a chance to see him at least twice while he was alive. Oh. And in my heart, I just was like, it's too soon. I'm still grieving him. It's too soon. I didn't want him to. You said that was the most mediocre performance. If she couldn't, he shouldn't have been able to Music Soul Child is a Philly native and should have been a part of it. Part of what? The Super Bowl? Sorry, I love music, but he's not at that status. Music Soul Child, he's not at that status just yet. He not mainstream. Sorry. I do agree that, Justin probably should have came forward and said, had Janet's back, but he didn't. The show wasn't his best performance, and it definitely wasn't the best Super Bowl performance. Yeah. I didn't see the performance. What I felt from it, though, some people were like, JT, he's my boo, they're my fans. And then there were this other side, like Janet Jackson appreciation. We're not gonna support him. We're not gonna watch it. We're still angry. I love Janet. I'm a Jackson fan. I love her brother too. But 7 years, y'all? 7 years? It's been 7 years and we still holding on? It made me really, really think, like, I understand that it wasn't right. I don't feel it was right. And I don't feel that it's right that people are judged for moments in time, for eons. I think that's a human being thing. But we hold people to these standards. We hold unforgiveness for 7 years. Like, I know Justin is white. That's a whole nother different dynamic. I got it. I know Janet is black, and then that's a whole different dynamic that brings a whole different piece to it. But how long do we continue to just throw people under the bus for decisions that they made? How long? Like 7 years. Now, I don't care either way. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just be honest and true. I feel like, whatever decision was made 7 years ago, I don't know if it was a part of the script. People say it was a part of the script to show the nipple. Show the little nipple. If it was a part of the script, okay. If it wasn't, okay. But to be holding on to that junk for 7 years is a bit much. And it makes me think, like, do y'all really know these people? Like, do they mean that much that they are taking from your joy supply for 7 years? Because you bringing it up like it happened yesterday. You are. And so I think, like, if you're going to hold on to stuff that you really don't know what happened, like we really don't really know these people, like, my question is, what else are you holding on to that you really know? Like, in your heart. Like, are you still holding on to something that grandma did 7 years ago? Or that your auntie, or that your mama, or your father, or whatever. Like, you still holding on to stuff like that? I don't know. So I'm like, what can we learn from this Justin situation? We can also learn that if you do somebody wrong in the public eye, sometimes the public will never forgive you. Like, you could give to the poor, you could have all these outreach things or whatever, but in their eyes, if you've done something wrong to somebody, they won't forgive you. But wait. I take that back. It depends on who it is. Because if we bring up OJ, some of y'all was drinking the Kool-Aid. Now, I ain't going to say that OJ did it. I ain't going to say he didn't do it. What I'm going to say is, some of y'all forgave him. Come on. Some of y'all forgave him. Y'all forgave the juice man. Y'all was in his corner when he was in the white Bronco. Y'all was in the corner when he was in the white. Auntie said OJ did it. OJ did it. But y'all, when his trial came up and he was about to get free, was that this year? No, that was last year. And he was about to be released. Everybody still was like, free OJ. Come on. So let me get this straight. You guys can give OJ another chance, but you can't give Justin another chance. How? How, Sway? How? Like, you can not forgive Justin for 7 years. Auntie Auntie said, and JT is blacker than OJ. JT blacker than OJ. I don't know, but he may be. But y'all can't forgive him. Y'all gonna continue to throw him under the bus. Y'all gonna continue with the Janet appreciation. Do you think Janet really cares? Do you think she does? Do you think she really cares? Like, I just want to get that straight. So it lets me know from this situation that we choose who we want to forgive. We choose who we want to give a second chance to. You know, we make up the rules in our brains, who we're going to forgive, who we're going to give second chances to. It doesn't matter. A person could be a pedophile. I ain't going to bring up no names. They could be a pedophile. They could be a liar. They could be a cheater. They could be a killer. But if their story is compelling enough, or if we feel like we relate to them, then we can give them a pass. And we can go about our merry lives and forgive them. So I want to know, like, what classifies whether you should forgive somebody? What's the classification? Is there a certain amount of time that you should forgive them? Should they be forgiven after a year, after 2 years, after 3 years? Or is it something about their behavior that we should see? What is it? Because what this Justin Timberlake has shown me is that it really just depends. People are going to be people. They'll throw you on the bus as long as they can. Auntie said, OJ said, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Didn't even associate himself with being black. And you know Jay-Z put that in his rhyme too. I'm not black, I'm OJ. Exactly. So are we going to forgive Justin? Or do we continue to put that yoke on his neck for 7 more years? Forgiveness should be given the way we want to be forgiven. Also. So that's a whole nother piece. Like, the question to ask ourselves, if we made the same decision like Justin made, maybe you came into cahoots and you wanted to show a little bit of nipple or whatever it is, would you want to be forgiven? How soon would you want to be forgiven? Would you still want to be held accountable to the mistake that you made 7 years ago? I think that's a question that we should ask ourselves. I know there are mistakes that I made last week, and I want to be forgiven instantly. There are mistakes that I made in my college years. Lord, yeah. And I want to be forgiven. But we don't hold people to the same things that we want for ourselves. And I definitely agree that forgiveness should be given the way that we want to be forgiven. I think we should. So if we learn anything from this Justin Timberlake situation and the Janet Jackson thing, we should learn that forgiveness is a choice. And that at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you're going to want to be forgiven for something. And make no mistake about it, you're not going to want that person to hold you for 7 years for a mistake that you made, for a misstep, for a decision that you made. You're not going to want to be held for 7 years. So it's unfair. It's unfair. So I would love to hear you guys, your commentary, your conversations. If you want to chime in, definitely share this with other people as well. But we're talking about the Justin Timberlake situation, how some people were all for his performance. Some people were just like, I'm not even watching the halftime show. It's Justin. Remember what he did to Janet? But they didn't tack on. Remember what he did to Janet 7 years ago? They didn't tack that on. And so we're going to talk about it. Like, let's talk about it. It really comes down to forgiveness, how we can choose to forgive who we want to, when we feel it's appropriate. But we don't hold ourselves accountable to the same things. Like, think about 7 years ago. What were you doing 7 years ago? Is there something that you wanted to be forgiven for 7 years ago? 7 years ago, I don't know. I wasn't even married. So I'm pretty sure it was something I wanted to be forgiven for. And I just can't imagine the weight of holding on to unforgiveness for that long. I'm lying. I can't imagine it because I've held on to stuff and I haven't let go of stuff that I should have let go. And I actually have counseled people who have held on to stuff that they shouldn't have held on to. And you know what I liken it to? What I imagine? I imagine, like, have you ever held a pair of dumbbells, a pair of weights in your hand? And if you keep holding, like, hold them out like this. Hold the weights out like that. And you can start with, like, let's start with 5 pounds and just hold it like this for 5 pounds. Keep it like that for 7 years. Keep it like that for 7 years. How heavy do you think it's going to feel? It's a lightweight, but how heavy do you think it's going to feel? So I want you guys to imagine that's the unforgiveness that you're holding when you're choosing not to forgive somebody. You just in a lift. You just lifting right here. 5 pounds. Holding it for 7 years. Just holding it. Your little veins, eventually you're gonna be like that. Unforgiveness. So that's what I got from it. So I'm choosing to learn from Justin Timberlake that, number one, people are going to choose whether they want to forgive you or not. People are going to try to hold you for 7 years for stuff that you did some time ago that may have been a mistake. People are going to try to hold you. People are going to decide whether they deem you worthy of being forgiven. We got Justin Timberlake. We got O.J. Simpson. We got R. Kelly. Hello. We got so many people and we just choose who we want to forgive. Like, that's what I got on it. So I'm happy you guys tuned in. You're tuning into life, learning instruction from everyday experiences. And so this is what we're going to do on Mondays. I'm going to take certain instances that we see in life and we're going to just try to dissect them and learn from them so that we can increase our lives and become all the better from just learning from it. Now, I didn't see did anybody say who actually watched Justin? Who watched him? Is there anybody on the side for Team Justin? Is there anybody on the side for Appreciation Janet Jackson? I don't care whose side you're on. I just want you to know that you're deciding whether you're going to carry that weight or not. And I don't even care if it's just something simple like that, but it can take away from your life, from your joy, from your increase, because you trudging up old feelings about an old Super Bowl joint that was 7 years ago where the nipple was shown. Janet done lost weight, gained weight, and y'all still back there. She done had a baby in Savoy, okay? So, leave your comments in the comments section. If you have any topics or anything that you want me to cover during our live sessions, let me know. We're going to keep it moving. This is TC Mason. Thank you for tuning in to Beautiful Weirdo, your health and happiness strategist. Mental health, fitness, and happiness. That's what I'm about. Leave your comments in a section. Share this video with people in your groups. Maybe it'll strike up some interesting conversation. This is all that I learned from Justin Timberlake. What did you learn? And I'll catch you on the next episode of Life.